This is the story of Raiders of the Lost Ark. You can read along with me in your book. You will know it is time to turn the page when you hear the bullwhip crack like this. Let's begin now. For most people, archaeology means digging up old clay pots for museum displays. But for Indiana Jones, it meant travel and treasure and a good deal of risk. Deep in the steaming jungles of South America, Indy had discovered an ancient temple. Many traps guarded the solid gold statue within. Indy dodged deadly spiders, iron spikes, and a deep pit before he finally found the priceless treasure. Gently, Indy lifted the golden idol. The ancient walls began to shake.
I've sprung the trap.
Poison darts flew by his head. Indy fled through the passageway, a huge boulder crashing at his heels. Desperately, he dove out of the temple just as the giant rock sealed the entrance forever. Indy looked up to find himself surrounded by angry warriors. From the ranks of spears and blowguns stepped a tall Frenchman, Belloc.
So, you beat me to the treasure, Dr. Jones. But again, we see there is nothing you can possess which I cannot take away.
Reluctantly, Indy handed over the gold statue.
Too bad your friends here don't know you like I do, Belloc.
Indy had no sooner resumed his archaeology lectures than he was contacted by government agents.
Professor Jones, what do you know about the Lost Ark of the Covenant?
It was the sacred chest used to carry around the Ten Commandments. I've got a picture of it in this book. The Ark was said to have mysterious powers, and any army which carried it into battle was undefeatable.
That's the very reason we must find the Ark before the Nazi army does, Dr. Jones.
First, we'll need the key to the Ark's location, an ancient gold medallion. And I think I know just where to find it.
In the frozen peaks of Nepal lived Marion Ravenwood, the daughter of a fellow archaeologist. One night, a familiar silhouette appeared in her doorway.
Indiana Jones. I always knew I'd see you again.
Marion, I need one of the relics your father collected, the medallion from the Staff of Ra. It's the key to a great treasure.
Suddenly, 5 gunmen burst into the room.
Give us the medallion, Fräulein.
Indy's bullwhip flashed, disarming the Nazi officer. Guns blazed as the others joined the fight. But Indy was more than a match for them. Marion bashed the last attacker with a torch and held the medallion triumphantly. Indy grinned.
You're really something, Marion.
I'm more than that, Jones. Now I'm your partner.
Somewhere beneath the scorching sands of Egypt lay the Well of the Souls, the last resting place of the Lost Ark. Hoping to find it, Indy and Marion journeyed to Cairo to seek the advice of their friend Salah.
My friends, the Nazis are already digging here and have uncovered an ancient map room. But it's worthless to them without your medallion.
The next day, 2 Nazi officers watched Marion and Indy stroll through the bustling marketplace of Cairo. On the Nazi signal, a band of Arab swordsmen attacked them. Indy dodged their flashing blades.
Marion, run!
But 2 of the men grabbed Marion and forced her into a large basket. Indy shot the last swordsman and chased the basket which was disappearing down the winding street. As he turned a corner, he saw the 2 men throw a basket into the back of a truck. The Arabs sprayed the street with machine gun bullets as the truck came at Indy. He fired back. The speeding truck swerved, rolled over, and burst into flames.
Marion!
In shock, Indy turned from the smoldering wreckage. No one could have survived the crash. He stumbled into a cafe, only to find his old enemy.
Belloc, it's you again. I should have known you'd be helping the Nazis.
Remember, Indiana, I will stop at nothing to get the Ark.
Determined to beat Belloc to the Ark, Indy sneaked into the ancient map room the Nazis had just discovered. On the floor of the dusty room lay a miniature city. Indy placed the medallion on a wooden staff and waited anxiously. Suddenly, a golden beam of sunlight shot through the medallion's crystal and lit one small building in the model city.
That's it. The Well of the Souls.
Using the medallion's clue, Indy, Sala, and his men discovered the entry to the Well of the Souls. After digging feverishly, they lifted a heavy door and peered into a large underground chamber.
Sala, something's moving down there.
Snakes, Indy. Very dangerous. We'll drop torches to clear the way. You climb down first.
Indy groaned.
Why did it have to be snakes?
Carefully picking their way through the slithering snakes, Indy and Sala reached a stone altar. There sat the long-sought Ark. Outside, lightning flashed as the two men gently lifted the shining golden Ark from its ancient resting place. As the torches began to flicker out, Sala and the Ark were hoisted safely out of the chamber. But before Indy could climb out, Belloc's voice boomed from above.
Once again, Jones, what was briefly yours is now mine.
Indy looked up to see Nazi soldiers closing a stone door. At the last moment, someone was pushed into the chamber with him.
Marion!
Indy held Marion.
I thought you were dead.
They switched baskets in the marketplace. What's that? Snakes! Get me out of here!
As the protective torches sputtered out, Indy climbed a huge stone statue.
Get ready to run, Marion!
With a mighty shove, he toppled the statue, knocking a hole in the chamber wall. Quickly, they scurried outside. The two found themselves on a Nazi airfield. A plane stood by, its hatch open to receive the Ark. Indy fought with the crew. A fuel tank broke and began to leak. The gasoline caught fire and the plane exploded. Belloc burst from his tent.
This is Jones' work. Quickly, take the Ark out of here by truck.
Indy leaped onto a white Arabian stallion.
Marion, you and Sala meet me in Cairo. I'm going after the Ark.
Racing alongside the truck full of soldiers, Indy leaped into the cab and kicked the driver out. The Nazis in back climbed outside the speeding vehicle to get at Indy, but he swerved back and forth, throwing them all off the truck. By the time Indy reached Cairo, Sala had arranged passage home by ship.
Do not worry. The captain here will make sure you and the Ark get back safely. At last, you can rest, my friends.
Marion and Indy thanked Sala, boarded the cargo ship, and were soon far out to sea. At dawn, the engine suddenly stopped. Indy raced topside to find Nazi soldiers boarding from a nearby submarine. Marion and the Ark were quickly captured. Fearlessly, Indy swam out to the enemy ship. He clung to the railing as the sub headed for a mysterious, distant island. After docking, Indy followed Belloc and the Nazis as they unloaded the Ark and carried it inland. Indy grabbed a weapon and aimed at the procession.
Hold it, Belloc. Release Marion, or I blow the Ark to pieces.
Belloc turned and smiled.
Surely you could not destroy such a prize as this.
This time, Indy knew Belloc was right. He let himself be captured. Marion and Indy were tied together as the Ark was placed on a stone altar.
No matter what happens, Marion, don't look at it.
Anxiously, Belloc opened the sacred lid. The Nazi soldiers stared dumbfounded as ghostly shapes emerged and flew about them. A hot wind blew. The Ark glowed brilliantly, and bolts of lightning shot out, destroying Belloc and the soldiers. In a blinding flash, a whirlwind of flame leaped skyward. Then, as suddenly as it had begun, the storm ended. The lid slammed shut, and all was still. Only Indy and Marion remained alive.
You've done your country a great service, Dr. Jones.
Indy scowled at the government official.
You promised the Ark to the museum. Research should be done.
I assure you, top men are studying it right now.
In truth, the Ark sat in a wooden crate marked Top Secret, Do Not Open. Buried in a government warehouse full of other crates, the Ark began to gather dust once again.